beautiful Frankfurt that hosts the World Championship. Michael Chang serving to Pete Sampras, down 1 game first set.
Well, he finished up starting with an ace too, Michael Chang. Sampras looked pretty lethargic in his practice this morning out here with Coach Paul Annacone. A few things were bothering him. Music was blaring at that stage, and he asked them to stop that, but started off in the first service game with 2 serves at 126 miles an hour. And that one from Chang, that first service ace, is up about 120 miles an hour, so that's not too bad either.
Chang has improved his serve over the years. It's got better every year. It's now really a big help to him. Didn't used to be. It was just an excuse to get the point started when he won the French in '89. But that has changed.
With the number of aces he served, this year he's played about 80 matches and over 470-something aces. A few years ago, in '93, he played that many matches, 256 aces. We mentioned that Tennis Magazine had that contest, 30,000 responses as to how many aces Chang would serve here at the final of this year's Tour Championship.
Game point.
Another big forehand from Sampras. He's been very confident here, just gets in a little bit short on that one from Chang, and he was looking for it to go back towards the backhand. Look at the good free-flowing effort from Sampras on that one.
Chang holds on and is 1 game all in the first set. As for Pete Sampras, it was another terrific year for him. There was so much of the Agassi-Sampras about his year. He beat Agassi at Indian Wells. He also beat him at the US Open in the final. At Wimbledon and the Paris Indoor, he beat Becker. He won 5 titles in all. Of the 4 times that he lost in the final, 3 of them were to Agassi, once at the Australian, once at the Lipton, and then at Montreal. The only other guy that beat Sampras in a final was Wayne Ferreira, and he's had a terrific time here in Frankfurt. As you watch the replay again, he won 2 matches. He had equal records, 2-1, with 2 other players in his group. They were Sampras and Becker, but he didn't win enough sets. So he's gone back to Johannesburg. 15 love.
Yeah, well, he was on a game farm in South Africa where they called him up and said, "Hey, Agassi's pulled out, you're in." So he's probably gone back to that. Came over with his dad, left his wife in South Africa.
Double fault, all things considered. In spite of that double fault, Pete Sampras, considering first and second serves, is the best in the business in that department. He's won just short of 90% of his serve games, and he has won 70% of break points against him.
That, to me, is remarkable. I mean, that's in all of '95. What that says about Sampras is that you need many break points against him if you really want to bust him.
It means when you get a chance, you better take it.
You better take it.
Well, that's what happened in his match the other evening. First match against Kafelnikov, who we regard as one of the outstanding players coming through, and he had 6 break opportunities and couldn't convert. Sampras threw in aces as he did here, and now leads 2 games to 1.
Yesterday here in Frankfurt, as you know, it was simple. The winner of the Jim Courier Michael Chang match earned a place in today's semi-finals. You know who the winner was because you're watching him. Michael Chang was very impressive. He evened his all-time series with Courier at 10 wins apiece. For him, though, the important thing is here today. 2 games to 1 in the first set. Sampras leads, Chang serving. Yep. I like that two-handed backhand of his down the line. He hits it. He takes a little bit of the spin off it. He hits it flat. Look at it again.
Stands right over the top of that ball. Not much pace on the return from Sampras, so that allows Chang to stand right over the top of it and drive through it.
It's important, isn't it, for a guy like Chang, who's basically a defensive player, to improve his serve if he's going to be effective on a surface like this. He's just got to.
He has to, otherwise the points go like that. His percentage on first serve, even though it's very early in this match, has not been good. But he has served an ace. But if he gets second serves and Sampras, like he did in that rally, takes over how the point is going to be played, then Chang's on the defensive all the time.
15-30.
We've talked about just how successful Chang has been on serve, and have a look at it here. This is his year-by-year aces totals, and you go back to 1991 and then through to 95. Number of matches that he's played pretty even this year in comparison to 93. So it's certainly been helped along by the racket. The racket that Michael Chang is now using is an inch longer than conventional rackets.
Glad you brought that up, Fred,
Yeah.
because that's a key, I think. That's his second ace to these aces that he's able to serve now.
You know, guys, even when he doesn't ace, as he's doing here, a good look, he used to serve and then immediately jump back a couple of feet in preparation for a big return. Now he doesn't have to do that, so he doesn't lose ground.
A lot of that all started, he had an Australian, Phil Dent, out in California at one stage that worked with him for about 12 months. Philby had a big serve and a good volley, and he helped Michael out a lot in both those departments before his brother took over traveling with him.
Chang holds on, and we are at 2 games off first set. Washington Capitals are playing well. They're on ESPN2 tonight.